For the record, ain't trying to link no time to waste.
I think we need to have a little bit of a conversation. I've waited quite a while to discuss this. I felt like the dust needed to settle. I needed to kind of take stock of every single opinion that's out there and then kind of come to my own conclusions about it all. If you probably have guessed it from the title, we're going to have a little chat about Kanye and basically the rise and fall of Kanye West. For as long as I can remember, Kanye West has been in my life as a musician for, ever. It sort of feels like he's been involved in this scene for as long as I can recall into like my teens. And, things that he did in the early days with the college dropout. And, I remember so vividly the Gold Digger video with Jamie Foxx and the performances that he did at music shows such as the Brits. It was just incredible to see him go from like absolutely nowhere to this super mega star. And it's been one of those sort of weird few weeks where this person who used to be that person, like, it's like so much has happened in his life that his whole outlook on life has been flipped upside down. Now, whether in the early days he was towing the party line, he was doing the things that were basically what the record labels wanted him to do so that he could basically be that commercial success that he ended up being. As time has gone on, like Kanye has kind of become obviously freer and released some of the shackles that he used to have in the early days. But unfortunately, it seems like everything has unraveled in the last few weeks and months. It's been like a capitulation of monumental levels. And I'm just really gutted. I'm gutted for all the people like me who used to love the old Kanye, the guy who, just brought out super amazing lyrical hits after hits. And if I'm brutally honest, looking at the music that he's released in the last few years, I think that the only album I could honestly say that I felt anything was remotely at the artist level that he was and has been for the last few decades was The Life of Pablo. That was literally the last one, and everything else past it has just gone past me by. Now, I know that other people are bigger fans of Kanye than me, but I have to kind of look at the music as the first thing that Kanye really kind of brought to the party. The levels that Kanye created in music was massive, and it really kind of like added to so much of my sort of like teens and 20s. It was incredible. Now, obviously, we know that he grew out of that into music and into fashion and became like an all-round artist in many creative ways. But obviously, the one thing that we all know is that connection to fashion brands and that connection to Adidas was not him and him alone. There are teams of people that work under the Yeezy name, and I feel absolutely gutted for those people, for the things that Kanye said over the last month or so, and in some of those interviews that he's made, stating certain things where he feels the need to be free of the shackles of convention and what you should say and things like that. What really seemed to go right over his head was the fact that he is actually really responsible for so many people's livelihoods, and those livelihoods are shattered in a way. Now, I really hope that Adidas, when we come to the Yeezy the Yeezy division at Adidas can find positions for those people. But I can imagine that because of the amount of loss that will take place in terms of money by not having Kanye tied to the brand, the fact that the range of Yeezy will sort of like no longer be part of Adidas's lineup, regardless of whether they say they own the rights to the designs, there's going to be a massive loss in revenue. And because of that, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to lose their jobs. That also goes for the other areas of Yeezy in the collaborations that they've done with other brands. I feel like, unfortunately, the damage is now done, and that is going to be irreparable for a lot of these people that worked under the Yeezy brand, the Yeezy banner. And I'm just really sorry to all those people that are going to be affected by the words of an individual who, as much as everyone would like the right to free speech and say the things they want to say, and they want to be honest, and they want to tell the truth about how their feelings are being suppressed, and they want to say all of those suppressed feelings. And maybe it's not good for your mental health to suppress those feelings, but when you have responsibilities, not only to the brands that you work with and their ethos, their philosophy of how they want their brands to be seen by the broader public, how they have also engaged with different kind of design requirements that you would like to produce stuff with them. You know, lots of money gets spent, and I never will understand where that money comes from. And I always presume that when you've got someone as huge as, say, Kanye West jumping in with a brand like Balenciaga or any other brands, that those brands are the ones that stump up the money. They're the ones that want that collaboration, so they stump up the money. And Kanye gets to kind of reap some of the rewards of those collaborations with brands because they want him. Whether that will ever happen again, we won't know. Whether he has any remorse for some of the anti-Semitic things that he said, some of the things that he felt like he was in the right in saying, only time will tell. But I just wanted to do a quick one and sort of have my say on the situation. Not that Kanye will ever care what I say, but I'm sure that some of the people that watch Thai Kicks would be really interested to know. I've covered Yeezy Adidas shoes for the last 5 years. I've been a fan of the line for as long as, you know, Kanye was doing collaborations with Nike beforehand, and the collaborations he's had with other brands such as Bape as well. And it is just a real shame that it's come to this point where it feels like Kanye's broken, and I don't know how anyone's going to fix him. I think that he has obviously had some situations in his personal life with family, that stuff that, you know, he's put out there on socials with quite a lot of anger and frustration, and you know, none of us really know behind the scenes, and we all have our own family lives that realistically never really play out beyond our own homes' walls. So for him to put that out there is really, really probably quite difficult for, say, Kim with the kids and that side of it. Yet we do not have both sides of the story, so we can never assume anything. But it clearly has affected Kanye a lot. And I think that, you know, whatever happens now, I kind of really hope that he can have an outlet somewhere to speak to someone that will give him better guidance for the future. Otherwise, we just may never see Kanye in the broad sort of like world as we used to have him. And he may never really kind of recover from the effects of the words that he says to people. And I'm going to be brutally truthful in saying I condone everything that he said. I am 100% not on Kanye's side with the things that he says. You know, I'm talking in retrospect about an artist in music and fashion that did affect a lot of people and really inspired potentially a lot of different people to become musicians or to become fashion designers. And it is just a stark realization that it doesn't matter how big you get, your words are listened to so much, and that you say something and think you're untouchable, and that's not true. You have to be sensitive to so many different things that are in the world, and if you aren't, then you are going to reap what you sow, and people are going to take away those luxuries and those things that you probably take for granted. And it's looking that way, unfortunately to say. So, you know, to anybody who is watching this that thinks I have massive amounts of sympathy for Kanye West, you are definitely wrong. This is not sympathy for him more so than the people that are around him, the employees that he has hired and now unfortunately will lose their jobs. And for us who really enjoyed some of the fashion designs, footwear, music and everything that he created. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I didn't really want to make a video like this, but I think that it was good to do. And we will be having some regular Thai Kicks content coming really, really soon. I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to jump on and do more, but hopefully we'll be putting some more content out for you guys. If you really did enjoy this video from one standpoint, please don't forget that I do lots of other stuff. Definitely don't necessarily do these kind of videos on a regular basis. Please go and check out some of the sneaker reviews that I do and some of the events videos that I've done in the past. And for all things sneakers, check out Thai Kicks, and I'll see you for another video really soon.